We have this idea that freedom is just to do whatever the hell you want to do, just behave like you want, just to, man, just to hang loose, etc. And, just to have no constraints in your life. Nobody telling you what to do, nobody telling you, how you should make something. But that's not freedom at all. That's actually a form of slavery. Freedom comes when you master something, when you know something so well, when you have developed such a powerful skill that now you can improvise. Now you are free to think because you have so many, the soil is so rich with experience and skills that your mind is free to make all kinds of great associations. And the best paradigm for this is jazz. Is a great musician like John Coltrane, who's one of the icons for mastery. This is a man who studied music deeply. He studied classical music for many years. He studied all aspects of jazz, its history, etc. And so later in life, when he became the great John Coltrane that we know, there's no greater improviser in the jazz medium than John Coltrane. I swear, I mean, he's my favorite musician perhaps of all time. It's absolutely insane what he did, and it's beautiful music. But it came from a deep, deep, deep understanding of all the patterns of music, and music is only about patterns. The great chess master Bobby Fischer, he could do moves that people had never seen before, and that's not easy because in chess you've seen everything before. He had absorbed so many patterns of chess in such a short time because he was a child prodigy that he could think in an instant of a move. He could see 5 moves, 10 moves, 20 moves ahead of what was going to happen on that board. And seeing that far in advance, he could make a move that would completely shock and startle his opponent. That was the freedom that came from the deep immersion, from the tedious hours of practice, right? So getting to that point requires some pain. And that's why people don't do it. People don't go through that process because they want fun. They want to think, well, I just pick up a guitar and I riff on it, man, that's great music. It's not great music, it's pretty boring actually. Great music will come from that intense study and practice that gives you now the freedom to actually stretch the boundaries a little bit, because music is all about conventions. Now you can play with the convention. Now you can do what Coltrane did, and you can mix Indian music and ragas with jazz because he had gone so far with his discipline. So discipline will actually free you up. The more you absorb information and ideas and skills, the more you can begin, your brain unconsciously can begin to make associations between things that nobody else has associated before. So the apprenticeship you go through in your 20s in learning these skills, because it's usually in your 20s, let's be honest, is the most vital part of your life. It's going to determine whether you'll be a successful creative individual or not. Because did you take that time to learn and develop real skills so that you have now the soil is now fertilized and great things can happen? Or did you kind of dabble in this, dabble in that, try your hand at poetry, then go into law, then become a doctor, then nothing deep enough is ever going to take root, and that brain won't be making those quick associations. So the paradox is the more discipline, the more tedium, the more practice, the more tightness that you put your brain through, the greater the explosion of creativity that you will have later in life.